It's time for New Palestine Dragons basketball on newpalradio.com. Today's game is brought to you by All-Star Turf Management, D&D Strictly Storage, Best in Sight Family Eye Care, Pork Vet Solutions, Hoosier Huddle, Real Life Church, and Catch the Shot Photography. Now let's head courtside for all of tonight's play-by-play.
New Palestine Dragons basketball is on the air. From the Dragons Den in New Palestine, Indiana, it's time for tonight's girls basketball game between the New Palestine Dragons and the Warren Central Warriors. I am Andrew Smith, welcoming you to what should be an exciting evening of basketball between two teams that are neighbors, but this is the first time they have played in nearly a decade. The Dragons come in with a mark of 9-5 on the season. They have won their last two games after bouncing back from a three-game losing streak in December, including really one of their best performances of the year in a 62-45 victory Saturday over Yorktown. The Dragons, in the midst of the game, went on a 26-2 run that spanned halftime that allowed the Dragons to take a three-point deficit and turn it into a double-digit lead, and a comfortable double-digit lead at that. They held Yorktown without a field goal for well over 10 minutes in that span as well, and the Dragons moved to 9-5 on the season, and more importantly, 4-1 in Hoosier Heritage Conference play as a result of that victory. Anna Ackerman had a big game with 18 points, including 3 threes. She scored 9 fourth-quarter points to help the Dragons put the game away. Isabella Gizzi also finished the day with 17 points as the Dragons really spread the scoring around, but those two, the Dragons starting backcourt, really had a big day in that victory over Yorktown that rung in the new year. It's a nice sight for the Dragons to be able to put the white uniforms on, as that Yorktown game was their first home game after 7 consecutive on the road. They were on the road for a month between home games, and they ended up going 4-3 in that stretch of 7 consecutive road games, including 2-1 in conference play. And tonight, the game was on the schedule, but not necessarily the opponent. The Dragons were supposed to play Fishers this evening, but Monday afternoon found out that the Tigers were unavailable to play, and so Warren Central was hastily squirreled up as an opponent, as Warren Central lost its game as far as on the schedule, not on the court. They were scheduled to play Hamilton Southeastern, they were scheduled to play Heritage Christian last night and were unable to do so. And so as a result, both teams had an opening on the schedule, and so this game was hastily arranged on Monday morning by the two schools' athletic departments. This is one of 2 scheduled changes for the Dragons. They knew they were going to play a home game on Wednesday and a road game on Saturday, but the opponents changed. They were supposed to play Fishers tonight, instead are facing Warren Central. And on Saturday, they were supposed to play at Connorsville, but instead, that game has been changed, and they will now be traveling to Hamilton Southeastern to kick off a 4-game road swing. One other schedule change for the Dragons as we are going through the changes. The game against Pendleton Heights is no longer a boys-girls doubleheader. The girls will play Thursday night, the 7:30 varsity tip, and the JV game preceding, and the boys will do the same on Friday, much like we did against Greenfield Central a month ago. Let's take a look at these two teams. As we mentioned, the Dragons 9-5 on the season. Warren Central comes in with a mark of 9-6 on the year. The Warriors have won 2 straight, as they were 2-0 at the Ben Davis tournament on December 30th, beating Covenant Christian 59-45, and Avon, coached by a familiar face in Corey West, the former Newcastle standout and head coach, 62-58. Those are their only games since December 18th. They've had a couple postponed. And Warren Central started off the year 2-3, but since then, they've been pretty good, just 7-3 in their last 10, with the losses to North Central, Lawrence North, and Carmel in that stretch. The Warriors are led by sophomore guard Asia Baxter. She averages 14.3 points and 9.7 rebounds a game, as well as senior guard Kayla Talley. who averages 11.7 points and 7.9 rebounds a contest. It's a very versatile team. They have 4 players who average at least 8.5 points a game, so they have very good balance for Coach Stacy Mitchell's squad. For the Dragons, again, getting good balance, and a big reason why is obviously the backcourt of Isabella Gizzi, who comes in averaging 11.6 points a game, and Anna Ackerman, who comes in averaging 9.4 points a game after an 18-point performance. But inside, Addie Jones has been providing some really good minutes and some really good production inside. Averages 7.9 points a game and always seems to come up with points in big moments, and 8.1 rebounds a contest as well for Addie. And so she's given the Dragons a really solid third option and inside option as well. So the Dragons come in looking for win number 10 on the season. The Warriors come in looking for win number 10 on the season. One of these teams will achieve that milestone. And the tip-off coming up in just a bit. Interestingly, these teams haven't met in a decade. They came close a couple years ago. They were both participants in the Decatur Central Regional in 2018. And the Dragons ended up pushing a top-ranked Pike team to the limit in the morning game before falling. Warren Central rallied to beat Brownsburg in overtime and ended up and then beat Pike at that night, not just won the regional, but went on to win the state championship that season, the first girls basketball state championship for Warren Central since the days of Linda Godby back in the 1980s. So the Dragons and the Warren Central Warriors getting set to tip it off here at New Palestine High School. We're going to take our first break of the night. When we come back, it'll be a time for tip-off. This is Dragon Basketball. You're listening to NewPalRadio.com. Our broadcast is presented by All-Star Turf Management.
All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234 or visit myallstarlawn.com. That's 861-1234 or myallstarlawn.com for All-Star Turf Management. D&D Strictly Storage in New Palestine is your home for storage needs. D&D Strictly Storage offers a wide variety of storage sizes from 5 by 10 feet up to 10 by 30 feet. They also offer indoor and outdoor parking for your boats and RVs. Locally owned and operated by Don and Maria Blackwell, D&D Strictly Storage is who to call for your storage solution. They're located on County Road 400 West, just north of the railroad tracks in New Palestine. Call them at 861-9231. Again, that's 861-9231 for D&D Strictly Storage. Mention this ad and get your second month free with any rental.
Best in Sight Eye Care has been the leader of quality vision and eyewear in New Palestine for more than 20 years. Our experienced doctors, Tim Huffman, Mark Habig, and Colin Clairbout, use the most advanced state-of-the-art technology and eye care products available. At Best in Sight Eye Care, you will find professionals who are dedicated to providing exceptional personal service to everyone who walks through the door. We are conveniently located on Arbor Lane in New Palestine. Just follow US 52 west of Mount Comfort Road. To schedule your appointment, visit bestinsighteyecare.com or call 861-4100. Give your vision the level of care it deserves. Mention this ad for 10% off your glasses purchase.
Now, back to the action on NewPalRadio.com.
It's about time for tip-off tonight between the Dragons and the Warren Central Warriors. Let's give you the starting lineups for Warren Central, a 4-guard lineup. The forward is Davia Taylor, a 5'10 junior, averaging 1.5 points a game. The backcourt is Sanaya Thomas, a 5'7" sophomore, Asia Baxter, a 5'10" sophomore, Kayla Talley, a 5'8" senior, and Leasia Ellington, a 5'7" junior. For the Dragons, Addie Jones and Grace Marshall, the forwards, a 5'6" senior and a 5'8" junior. Faith Hensel in the middle, a 5'9" senior. Anna Ackerman and Isabella Gizzi, the guards. Anna's a 5'8" junior. Gizzi is a 5'7" sophomore. Dragons will move from left to right as you envision this court in your mind's eye. The ball is in the air, and the tip-off won by the black-shirted Warriors with gold letters, numbers, and trim. The Dragons in the home whites with red letters and numbers and red and black trim. Asia Baxter has the basketball, brings it to the top of the key, brings it to the free throw line, challenges Hensel, loses the handle straight out of bounds. Turnover will give it to New Palestine. Really solid job of defense by Faith Hensel, as Baxter tried to challenge and just lost the basketball. Warren Central shows a 2-2-1 full court pressure as the Dragons bring it up. Gizzi across midcourt, meets a trap, clears it to Ackerman, drives to the baseline, launches a 15-footer. It is strong. Addie Jones tracks down the weak side offensive rebound. Clears to Grace Marshall. It's knocked free from her, but she's able to get it back out to Jones' right wing. To the top of the key, down to the left corner. Ackerman back to the top for Gizzi. Over to Jones. She wants three from the right wing. It's around and no good. And Asia Baxter has the rebound for Warren Central. Each team with a possession, no score. We've played 50 seconds. Kayla Talley drives inside, and Faith Hensel picked her pocket. It's a second turnover forced by Hensel, and then Sanea Thomas got a little bit too over-aggressive on the defense, and she is called for a foul. It's just one of those reach-in fouls that you commit when you're frustrated or trying to get a cheap steal in the backcourt, but 90% of the time results in fouls. Dragons working around Warren Central's zone defense. Gizzi to the top to Jones. To the right corner, it's knocked away and stolen by Kayla Talley of Warren Central. She'll push it the other way, 3-on-2. Nice feed up the right side on the fast break to Thomas, who lays it in. And the Warriors have scored the first 2 points of the game. We're 80 seconds in. Dragons working against the full court pressure. Addie Jones across midcourt to Isabella Gizzi. Along the sideline into the left corner. Out of a trap, clears it to Addie Jones. To the free throw line, goes off the glass and in. Addie Jones with the drive off the window from the center of the lane. Scores to tie the game at 2. Ellington gives it to Thomas, dribbles to the free throw line, and carried the basketball. Tried a little hesitation move in the lane and ended up, I think the hesitation move caused her to flip the basketball over, and so that's the third Warren Central turnover in 4 possessions. Gizzi in a trap along the sideline as the Dragons break the press. Now clears to Ackerman, back up to Gizzi. The Dragons will set up half-court offense. 2-3 zone for Warren Central. Ackerman has it left wing, works it through Jones, back to Ackerman. Catch and shoot 3 from the left wing is a little short, and the rebound comes around on the weak side to Kayla Talley of Warren Central. We're tied at 2, 5:45 to go, opening quarter. Ellington drives from the right wing to the lane and scores with the running 10-footer. Leasia Ellington scores her first 2, and the Warriors take a 4-2 lead. Dragons working it up against full court pressure, and a double dribble is called on Addie Jones in the backcourt. Second Dragon turnover. That's Coach Sarah Gizzi over on the far side, doing some teaching as far as working on the press break and the half-court offense. Warren Central with possession, leading by 2. 5:25 to go. Talley to the free throw line. Now to the top of the key, launches a 3 over Ackerman, and it's a little strong. And Isabella Gizzi tracks down the long rebound. Ahead to Ackerman up the left wing into Warren Central's half of the court. She drives, misses, and on the rebound, Faith Hensel and Asia Baxter tie each other up. And the possession turn favors the Dragons. 5:09 to go first quarter. 4-2 Warren Central in the lead. Ellington and Thomas for Warren Central. Jones for the Dragons. Grace Marshall catch and shoot. 18-footer from the right baseline off the inbounds is perfect. And it ties the game up at 4. Good pass by Gizzi. And the other way, Baxter wants 3. It's around and no good. Good block out by Marshall allows Gizzi to get the rebound. She roars across midcourt up the left side. Has her shot recycled by Thomas. And now the Warriors want to run it the other way. Up the far side is Talley. She drives and puts it off the window and in. Kayla Talley with her first 2. And the Warriors take the lead back at 6-4. Marshall across midcourt. Pass to Hensel was deflected but got to Faith along the right sideline. Back out to Marshall. Now they'll work it through Jones, top of the key. Takes 2 dribbles, now 3 to the right wing. cut off, feeds Marshall. Baseline drive, into the lane looking for Hensel. It was knocked free, but Marshall rescues it. Now to the top of the key, Gizzy. Over to the left side for Anna Ackerman, to the top for Jones. Back to Gizzy, right wing, as the Dragons work against this 2-3 Warren Central zone. 4:10 to go first quarter. Gizzy off of Hensel's screen, brings it across the top and clears it to Ackerman, high left. Into the left corner, then Ackerman gets it back on the wing, feeds Jones. Long skip pass to Gizzy on the left wing. She looks to drive, steps back into the corner as the Dragons showing good patience. Back out to Addie Jones. She explodes in the basket and has the ball peeled out of her hands. A jump ball is called as Sanaya Thomas tied her up as she was going to the basket. It was a drive from the top to the right side of the lane, and as she was going up to shoot, Thomas tied her up. So Warren Central with a basketball and a 2-point lead, 3:45 to go first quarter. Ellington to the elbow, then brings it back out to the wing, still on the bounce, and now clears it to the high circle for Kayla Talley. She'll clear it a little further up for Denisha Nails. Over for a three-point attempt by Ellington that's no good, and a great block out by Faith Hensel elicits a foul from Asia Baxter coming through the back. So that'll be the second Warren Central foul, the first on Baxter. Faith Hensel's had a really good start for the Dragons. Forced a couple of turnovers, a really good block out there that drew the foul. And the Dragons with the basketball and a 2-point deficit. Marshall across midcourt against the press. Takes it to the right wing. Cut off, now clears to Jones through Ackerman to Gizzy left wing. She wants to drive, gets into the lane. Her pass was at the feet of Hensel. She couldn't quite corral it, and the Warriors pick it off. Quickly ahead, Thomas, left wing, puts the ball in the hip, clears it back out to Talley. Lob into the post for a catch, putting it off the deck, and scoring with the left hand is Asia Baxter. She's got two, and the Warriors lead at 8-4. Dragons break the pressure. Ackerman inside looking for Hensel. It was knocked back to her, and another jump ball is called. This time the possession turn will favor the Dragons. And we have our first substitution of the game. Rachel Kelly replaces Faith Hensel. The Dragons go a little smaller, replacing a post with a guard. Gizzy will inbound high to Kelly on the left side. Now to Gizzy, back to Kelly to the top of the key. 2 dribbles and now to Addie Jones. Feeds Gizzy left wing, thought about the three, now takes it across the top. Clears it to Ackerman, now to Rachel Kelly. Tried to bounce it into the post to Addie Jones, and Addie was fouled. So it looked like Baxter was trying to come around behind her and knock the ball free, and that was the case. Baxter is called for her second foul. And so Warren Central's leading scorer on the season, a little bit of foul trouble. Inbounds pass to Addie Jones. She couldn't handle the inbounds cleanly. And for the fourth time in the game, a jump ball is called, and this time the possession turn will go to Warren Central. That is the 5th Dragon turnover in the game. We have our first substitution for Warren Central as Imani Benson checks in. She's a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 2.2 points a game. And she replaces Baxter, who sits with 2 fouls. So Warren Central with the basketball and a 4-point lead as we tick into the final 2.5 minutes of the opening quarter. Ball taken to the left wing by Talley, now out top to Nails. Nails loses the handle and Gizzy picks it off. 4th Warren Central turnover as Jones brings it across midcourt for New Palestine. To the top of the key, feeds Kelly on the right wing, back up to Jones. Now over to Gizzy. Isabella wants 3, but it's an air ball from the left wing. The rebound, however, is deflected out of bounds by Warren Central. Last touch by Kayla Talley into the basket. It'll be Dragon possession. Gizzy to inbound, baseline right to Ackerman. Open 3, left corner is off the front of the rim, no good. Kelly tries to keep that rebound alive and does, out to Addie Jones. Into the corner now, Grace Marshall, right side, feeds. Jones cutting down the lane, it was knocked free, and then Jones' pass out is picked off. Warriors on the fast break, push it up the far side. The shot from Nails won't go. And Addie Jones clears the rebound for the Dragons. 1:47 to go, opening quarter. Warren Central leads at 8-4. Ackerman with it on the wing against this 2-3 zone that Warren Central has employed throughout the game. Now to Gizzy left wing, to Ackerman top of the key. Right side pass for Grace Marshall. She'll dribble into the teeth of the zone and then bounce it out to Jones into the right corner. She'll bring it back out top to Isabella Gizzy. 1:25 to go, opening quarter. Leads Kelly left wing, dribbles to the top, clears it to Ackerman. She'll bring it to the right side, now to Gizzy in the right corner. She circles the arc, back up top to Kelly. Now to Ackerman left wing, back to Kelly up top. takes one dribble, now to the free throw line, penetrates inside the zone. They work it around to Ackerman on the left wing. Bounce pass to Gizzy right wing with 1:05 to go in the quarter. Good patience again by the Dragons against this zone. Marshall with the left wing, dribbles into the free throw lane, bounces it back out to Gizzy at the top. Now to Rachel Kelly. She'll bring it across the top. Look to turn the corner, put up a shot, it's blocked. And the Warriors come away. Benson with the block. Thomas going the other way. Challenges Ackerman. Puts it up with the right hand. Can't get it to go, but the offensive rebound is collected by Talley after she tipped it up in the air. Feeds the post. A shot by Benson, is off the bottom of the backboard. And the Dragons with the rebound. But Addie Jones was trying to feed Grace Marshall on the wing. Marshall did not expect the pass to come, and the pass went straight out of bounds, and the Dragons have turned it over 7 times in the opening quarter. 8-4 Warren Central leads. The Dragons are going to make 3 substitutions. Faith Hensel returns to the game. Whitney Miller and Elena Miller check in. Whitney a 5'7 senior, Elena a 5'6 junior guard. And they're out there with Gizzy and Kelly. So Gizzy and Faith Hensel, the only 2 original starters still on the floor for the Dragons. Ellington dribbles into the lane, now pitches it back out to Sanaya Thomas on the high right side with 16 seconds to go in the quarter. Up top, Nails brings it across. And now brings it back up top again to Ellington. Feeds to Talley. Drives the right side of the lane, loses the handle. Elena Miller with the steal. Ahead to Gizzy. She drives, puts it up, and scores right ahead of the buzzer. The Dragons with the steal and an 80-foot play as Isabella Gizzy scores just ahead of the first quarter buzzer, and the Dragons trail Warren Central 8-6 after 8 minutes. We're going to take our first break of the night. When we come back, second quarter action. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com.
Pork Vet Solutions is the best veterinary choice for your swine operation. Our 2 doctors, Matt Ackerman and Dylan Lape, can help you position your pork production system for the 21st century. We provide veterinary and consulting services, herd visits, preventive medicine, and more. Pork Vet Solutions is licensed and accredited in 8 states. Reach us online at porkvet.com or call 623-5132. That's porkvet.com or 623-5132. Pork Vet Solutions, literally saving your bacon each and every day.
At Real Life Church, we've done everything we can to create a place people love so they can experience a loving God. That means we do everything with you in mind. Whether it's our weekend services, our kids and student ministry, or small groups, we really have been expecting you. We've been praying for you, and we're excited about the opportunity to go on a spiritual journey with you. We hope that you'll take your next step and join us this weekend at Real Life Church. There's always room for you.
You're listening to The Dragons on NewPalRadio.com.
Second quarter action beginning. New Palestine trailing Warren Central 8-6. Andrew Smith along with you. Glad you've joined us on this Wednesday evening. The Dragons Warriors playing each other for the first time in a decade. Rachel Kelly drives from the top, puts up a runner and scores. Rachel Kelly with a tough shot from the drive from the top of the key. And the Dragons have tied it at 8. Dragons show a little bit of full court pressure, and the Warriors break it. A good strong drive by Leasia Ellington, and she finishes with the right hand to retake the lead for Warren Central. It's 10-8. We've had a number of ties in this game. We've been tied at 2, 4, and 8. The Dragons have never led. Elena Miller in trouble in the corner is able to clear it out to Gizzy on the high left side. Isabella having a little bit of difficulty getting the handle, but does. Feeds Miller left wing. Back up top, Rachel Kelly. Tries the right side now to Gizzy, now to Hensel, back out to Isabella, now to Elena Miller up top. One dribble to Kelly left wing, high post, Hensel bounces it out to Gizzy. Drives to the free throw line, pitches out to Kelly who wants 3. It's strong, Hensel battling for the rebound, tips it in the direction of the Warren Central bench, but she was the last one to touch it as the ball goes out of bounds, and the ball will go to Warren Central. 10-8 Warriors, 6:50 to go, second quarter. Dragons have had 4 baskets from 4 different players. Leasia Ellington leads the way with 4 for Warren Central. Sanaya Thomas hands off to Baxter, who's back in the game with 2 fouls. Over to Nails. Now to Talley, drives right side of the lane. Dishes block-to-block pass to Baxter, posted up on the left block, and she is fouled. And so Asia Baxter will go to the line for a pair as Whitney Miller commits the first foul of the game for the Dragons. Baxter's a 64% foul shooter, and she rims this one no good. That was halfway down the basket and popped out. First free throw attempt of the game for either team. Baxter comes into the game averaging 14.3 points and 9.7 rebounds for the Warriors. She swishes the second to give Warren Central an 11-8 lead. That's her third point. Dragons break the full court pressure. Hensel across midcourt, throws it away. She was trying to feed Kelly, was being defended rather heavily, and just tried to pass out of trouble to Kelly over on the right side. The pass was behind her. 8 turnovers for the Dragons. I think it's a number Sarah Gizzi would like to see significantly lower. Tally to the right side, drives, can't get the shot to go. Offensive rebound on the weak side by Nails. Her putback won't go, and there's a foul called on the rebound, and it's going to be on New Palestine. Third chance opportunity. Nets Warren Central. A foul drawn as it's the second on Whitney Miller. Corinne Marshall checks in for the Dragons. Her first appearance, 5'7" freshman. Played really well in the Dragons' victory in the JV game, 40-32 win. Three-point attempt by Ellington won't go for Warren Central, and Gizzi has the rebound for New Palestine. We've played 2 minutes of the second quarter. The Dragons, who have not led, trail by 3. Corinne Marshall, top of the key, one dribble, and now feeds Rachel Kelly. She'll back it up to the logo and now feed Elena Miller right side over to Isabella Gizzi left side. Now Rachel Kelly bounces it to Hensel. She's in a double team, loses the handle, and then commits a foul. Faith Hensel caught it mid-post, was in a double team, lost the handle, and then pushed the Warren Central player guarding her while going for the loose ball. And so that is both the Dragons' 9th turnover and Hensel's first foul. Warren Central with possession, three-pointer top of the key from Kayla Talley is good. And the Warriors have just like that opened up a 6-point lead as they've scored the last 6 of the game. Dragons break the full court pressure. Hensel throws it away from the high post. She was trying to hit a back-cutting Elena Miller, and the pass did not connect. And the Dragons' turnovers continue to pile up. That's 10. Warren Central had some turnover issues in the first quarter. They had 5, but they have not manifested themselves in the second. Warriors with possession and a 6-point lead. Ellington drives from the top to the right side. Offensive foul. Addie Jones draws the charge. And Leasia Ellington is called for her first foul. A really good job by Addie of anticipating the contact and being in the right spot to take the charge. Corinne Marshall against full court pressure in the backcourt, throws it away. And here's a feed into the corner for Ellington, who wants 3. It won't go. Gizzi tracks down the weak side rebound. She'll push it with a full head of steam across midcourt. Stop at the top of the key as Warren Central sets up its zone. Over to Miller, Elena, right side. Now they'll work it through Jones to Kelly. High post, Corinne Marshall takes 2 dribbles, goes strong to the basket and scores. Corinne Marshall with a good strong drive from the left side of the lane to the right block. And she scores with the right hand quickly. The Warriors want 3 the other way. It won't go. On the three-pointer by Denisha Nails, and then a good block out by Addie Jones draws a foul. This will be the first foul on Imani Benson, the 5th on the Warriors. And head coach Stacy Mitchell of Warren Central wants a timeout. It is a 30, so we will take a 30 as well. 4:35 to go. Second quarter, Dragons trail Warren Central 14-10. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com. Our broadcast is presented by All-Star Turf Management.
Catch the Shot Photography is your hometown photographer. Locally owned by Brenda Adams Turk and David Turk, Catch the Shot is dedicated to providing quality photos of your family, seniors, sports, and special events. We offer custom designed products including sponsor banners, photo collages, senior banners, and much more. We look forward to catching the shots with you. Contact Catch the Shot Photography at 317-620-1240 or catchtheshot.com.
Now, back to the action on NewPalRadio.com.
Dragons break the press. Corinne Marshall wants 3 from the top of the key, but it's an air ball and goes out of bounds. And so the Warriors will gain possession. Story of the game for the Dragons has been turnovers. They've committed 11. They trail at 14-10. Warren Central has not exactly been clean in that department either. They have 6. There's a drive to the top of the key to the free throw line. A shot from Talley won't go, but she gets her own rebound. Second, third time's a charm for Kayla Talley. She's got 7. She got her own rebound on a shot from the free throw line, and then got another one. And now on the other end, Corinne Marshall draws a foul. And it's on Leasia Ellington. Now she has 2. So Ellington and Baxter both have 2 fouls for Warren Central. That's the 6th team foul, so the next Warrior foul will send the Dragons into the bonus. Ackerman to the top of the key. Dragons in possession. They feed Corinne Marshall out to Ackerman. She wants 3 right wing. Good! Anna Ackerman knocks down her first 3 of the game, and the Dragons slice the lead in half at 16-13. Warren Central's Kayla Talley with it on the right wing, guarded by Grace Marshall, who just checked back into the game, launches a 3. Front of the rim, no good, and Corinne Marshall has the rebound. Corinne's given the Dragons some really good minutes off the bench. Marshall across midcourt, hands off, and now to Grace Marshall on the left wing. She'll dribble into the lane, try to force it inside to Addie Jones. It was knocked free by the Warriors. Last touched by Warren Central as it goes out of bounds, so the Dragons will maintain possession with 3:14 to go in the half, and Warren Central leading at 16-13. We've had 3 ties. The Dragons have never led. Warren Central's biggest lead is 6. Gizzy inbounds long to the top of the key to Anna Ackerman. Back to Isabella Gizzy to start the offense. She brings it to the top of the key, and Warren Central has switched its zone to more of a 3-2 instead of the 2-3 they were showing earlier. Ackerman to Jones, now to Gizzy left wing. Back to Jones, top of the key, over to Ackerman, right wing. Takes one dribble, feeds Addie Jones, looks inside, and instead feeds Ackerman on the right wing, skips it over to Gizzy, and the Dragons will reset with 2:47 to go in the half. Now to Ackerman, right wing. Takes a couple of dribbles to the top, has the ball knocked free again, it's stolen by Nails, and Nails can't quite track it down, now does in the right corner. Up top for a 3-pointer that's good from Kayla Talley. She's got 10, and the Dragons are back down 6. They're in full possession of the ball, and a small moment of vulnerability, and Warren Central took advantage of it and turned it into a 3-pointer, and just like that, you've got a big swing in the score. Gizzy to the right wing, bounce pass into the corner to Addie Jones. High post, Corinne Marshall. She'll drive to the lane, challenge a defender, go right around Asia Baxter and score. Corinne Marshall's got 4. And the Dragons are back within 4 as we hit the final 2 minutes of the half. 19-15 is Warren Central's lead. Sanaya Thomas, left wing, cut off by Gizzy. Now feeds Ellington to the free throw line, pitches it back out to Nails. And she'll drive from the top, strong to the basket, is given credit for the basket, and draws the foul on Corinne Marshall. So Denisha Nails given credit for the 2-point shot. That might have been a little bit of continuation, but in the mind of the official, she was gathered to shoot when she was fouled. She misses the free throw, so no 3-point play, but the Warriors knock the ball free and steal it in the backcourt. Talley drives and scores after getting the steal. She's got 12, and just like that, the Dragons are down 8. 23-15, and the turnovers just continue to pile up. That's 13. That's about as many as you want for a typical game, and we still have 1:25 to go in the half. Addie Jones can't get 3 to go from the right wing, and Thomas has the rebound for Warren Central. She'll push it up to Nails, left side, catches and lays it in, and the Warren Central lead is 10. 25-15, and a lot of this Warren Central offense, a lot of this lead has come off of their defense and turnovers by the Dragons. Addie Jones drives inside, loses the handle, but is able to get it back up to Ackerman, and now to Corinne Marshall. She'll feed Isabella Gizzy high left, top of the key, Jones, 49 seconds to go. Now feeds Ackerman right side. She'll bring it across the top, and now to Jones replacing her on the right wing. Now to Marshall, baseline to Corinne Marshall, and the ball's just taken right out of her hands by Thomas. Thomas across midcourt, Warren Central with a 10-point lead in the midst of a run. Feed inside, comes loose, comes out to Kayla Talley, who's had the hot hand. She drives in and draws a foul, and she'll go to the line. And it's a game right now that's starting to get away from the Dragons, as they've struggled to even get shots and clean looks on one end, and Warren Central's been able to take advantage in transition. Talley misses the free throw. She's a 68% foul shooter on the year. She hits the second. Warren Central's lead is 11. And we have a substitution as Amani Benson checks in for Warren Central, replacing Baxter, who sits with 2 fouls. 26-15, the Dragons trail. The Dragons had it within 16-13, so it's a 10-2 run for Warren Central. Dragons are going to hold it for 1. Warren Central's fallen back into a 2-3 zone. Gizzy with 15 seconds, still on the bounce. The Warriors extend the zone. They've switched into a 1-3-1. Ackerman up top to Gizzy. Over into the corner. Kelly wants 3. It's strong. Long rebound tracked down. Grace Marshall saves it into Ackerman. She drives, puts up a runner with 2. Won't go. Rebound knocked out of bounds as the horn sounds. And the Warriors will head into halftime with a 26-15 lead over the New Palestine Dragons. We will take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for the D&D Strictly Storage Best Insight Family Eye Care halftime show. We'll give you the halftime scoring and more. It all comes up right after this. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com, our broadcast presented by All-Star Turf Management.
All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234 or visit myallstarlawn.com. That's 861-1234 or myallstarlawn.com for All-Star Turf Management. D&D Strictly Storage in New Palestine is your home for storage needs. D&D Strictly Storage offers a wide variety of storage sizes from 5 by 10 feet up to 10 by 30 feet. They also offer indoor and outdoor parking for your boats and RVs. Locally owned and operated by Don and Maria Blackwell, D&D Strictly Storage is who to call for your storage solution. They're located on County Road 400 West, just north of the railroad tracks in New Palestine. Call them at 861-9231. Again, that's 861-9231 for D&D Strictly Storage. Mention this ad and get your second month free with any rental.
Best in Sight Eye Care has been the leader of quality vision and eyewear in New Palestine for more than 20 years. Our experienced doctors, Tim Huffman, Mark Habig, and Colin Clairbout, use the most advanced state-of-the-art technology and eye care products available. At Best in Sight Eye Care, you will find professionals who are dedicated to providing exceptional personal service to everyone who walks through the door. We are conveniently located on Arbor Lane in New Palestine. Just follow US 52 west of Mount Comfort Road. To schedule your appointment, visit bestinsighteyecare.com or call 861-4100. Give your vision the level of care it deserves. Mention this ad for 10% off your glasses purchase.
You're listening to The Dragons on NewPalRadio.com.
Halftime at the Dragons' Den. New Palestine trailing Warren Central 26-15. Let's give you the halftime scoring. Kayla Talley leads the way for Warren Central with 13. She came into the game averaging just a shade under 12 points a game. She's hit 2 threes among her 5 field goals. She's also 1 of 2 from the line. Denisha Nails has 4 with 2 field goals. She's 0 for 1 from the line. Leasia Ellington also with 4 on a pair of baskets. Asia Baxter, the leading scorer coming into the day, has been held to 3 points. She has a basket, is 1 of 2 from the line. And Sanaya Thomas also with a basket for Warren Central. And Imani Benson has played but has not scored for the Warriors. They have 11 field goals, 2 of them threes, and they are 2 for 5 from the line. For New Palestine, they're led by Corinne Marshall, who has a pair of field goals for 4. Anna Ackerman's knocked down a 3. Isabella Gizzi, Rachel Kelly, Addie Jones, and Grace Marshall all have 2 each. 7 field goals for the Dragons, 1 of them a 3. They have not attempted a free throw. Warren Central led at 8-6 after a quarter, and an 18-9 second quarter gives the Warriors a 26-15 halftime lead. Joining us on our halftime show is Al Cooper, the athletic director here at New Palestine High School. And Coach, I know this was this game is kind of a testament to the work you and Jeff Wright and Melissa Tillage, the athletic department staff, have done, because this game was originally going to be Fishers, and then obviously you've had a change as Fishers was unable to play. So good work by you and Marcus Clayton over at Warren Central to get this game scheduled, as well as a boys game later on this month.
Absolutely. Well, I give Susan Downey a lot of credit, their assistant AD there at Warren Central, too, needing a game at the appropriate time. And unfortunate that Fishers was quarantined. So, I mean, that happens. We've had to battle that ourselves and other sports. And it's just what you have to do. You just have to keep your ear to the ground, and communicate really, really well. And luckily we have a great system that we can post things that we have needs for. And Warren Central, close opponent, quality opponent, just much like Fishers would have been. And we're really excited to be able to do that. We have the same issue again on Saturday with our girls team traveling to Hamilton Southeastern instead of Connorsville. So again, you try to find great opponents if you can, and hats off to Coach Gizzy, willing to play quality 4A opponents, and that's important to help our team get better.
Especially with the sectional coming up at the end of the month, you want to play games that are going to prepare you for that. And
yes.
Picking up Warren Central and Hamilton Southeastern, and then you've got a really good Triton Central team that you're going to play on the road next week, as well as obviously your conference game against Pendleton Heights. That's something that you've really tried to do is make sure certainly there's a number of games where teams are games are going to be competitive, but also a number of games where you're going to face teams that are going to prepare you for the obviously your conference games, but also the state tournament coming up. And this is a program that's had success winning 2 out of the last 3 4A sectionals.
Right. I mean, Coach Gizzy would say that they would not have won the sectional last year without that kind of preparation, headed towards the tournament. So all of our teams are like that, I feel. I mean, we're kind of we're in between. We're a big 3A in some classes, and we're a low 4A in terms of enrollment, but that's not how we think. We can't think that way.
Right.
Because to have tournament success, most of our teams are in the 4A division, and really that's what it's about. I mean, we love to win conference championships. That's always our goal, always will be, win every game we go out, but really it's about what can you do to get better week in, week out, much like the first half here. I mean, we started out okay, handled the ball pretty well, and then started turning the ball over a little bit, and then there you go. That's why the score gets spread 26-15.
And, you've coached this game, and, when you've got and this is still, there's a lot of experience, but this is still a pretty young team. You've got 2 seniors who start and a third who plays a little bit, but you've got a sophomore in the starting lineup, a number of juniors. When things kind of get snowballing where you have a few turnovers in a row, what do you say to your players to help them kind of play through and fight through a run that the other team's making at you?
Well, a lot of it is just being confident and mature. You're going to make mistakes against very athletic teams and teams who are well coached and have great concepts and game plans, just like we try to do. So you have to balance that with composure. You have to balance it with fundamentals. You've got to take care of the basketball. That's been our big nemesis this half. We take better care of the basketball and don't turn it over, we're going to be pretty good. So, again, and you got to hit shots. Let's face it. The ball's got to go in the basket, and we haven't shot particularly well, percentage-wise, this first half. So that'll help it. The ball starts going down. You're going to feel a little bit better. You're going to stop making mistakes. The other thing you got to do is rebound. When they score or get second chance opportunities and maybe get a putback, they get in their press. And that kind of slows us down, gets us out of our half-court rhythm, and those kind of things, have a tendency to snowball when you can't, when young teams get frustrated and don't do things like it's real easy in practice.
Right.
I'm really good in practice because it's easier in practice.
Yeah.
There's no one in your face or no one causing you issues up and down the court. And when that happens, then you got to be able to deal with it. And getting them in this situation more often will allow them as the season continues to learn from it, get better, put that in the back of their memory, and then be able to utilize that experience when it comes time down the road.
Especially a team that you know you're going to have to beat in all likelihood is a team that's going to do a lot of what Warren Central does. Press you three-quarter court, press you full court, and they're going to play a pretty aggressive zone defense. And
we've never won a girls basketball regional.
Yeah.
For us to win a girls basketball regional, we have to play teams like this.
Yeah.
Because those are the teams you got to beat in particularly our 4A regional, Decatur Central. So, I mean, we're not afraid to play anybody. I applaud Coach Gizzy for that. I think that's really, really important to developing your kids. Doesn't really matter. This game right now doesn't matter in our season. What matters is that we get better.
Yeah, and that's certainly the case. Second half action beginning. D&D Strictly Storage Best Insight Family Eye Care halftime show has been brought to you by those two entities. And very quickly, the Dragons force a turnover on the Warriors' first possession. Addie Jones tries up the left side, can't get it to go, but Anna Ackerman tracks down the offensive rebound. Clears it back out to Faith Hensel. Original starting fives on the floor for both teams. Isabella Gizzi drives baseline, draws a challenge, can't get the shot to go. She's fouled as she gets her offensive rebound. Leisha Ellington, I think, is the guilty party. She is. That is her third foul. So Gizzi will go to the line to shoot a pair. These will be the Dragons' first free throw attempts of the night, and Isabella is perfect with the first one. That is her third point. As you noted at halftime, the Dragons have spread the scoring around. Corinne Marshall has a pair of baskets, and she was, prior to those two free throws by Isabella Gizzi, the only Dragon with more than 3 points. Anna Ackerman had hit a three, and Gizzi, Kelly, Jones, and Marshall had all hit a two each in the first half. Gizzi now hitting both free throws has 4 points. The deficit is 9. Tally across the top to Nails. Drives the left side, pitches out to Thomas on the left wing. She'll drive into the lane, lose the handle, straight out of bounds. Turnover to the Dragons. So the second half begins a little bit like the first, where Warren Central turns it over a couple of times on their first two possessions. Dragons race it across midcourt to break Warren's press. And Marshall feeds Gizzi. Right wing three is a little too strong. And Imani Benson has the rebound for Warren Central. She recently checked back into the game to replace Ellington, who sits with 3 fouls. Sanaya Thomas with it left wing. Brings it back over to the right side to Nails. Into the corner. Baxter wants 3. It's a little strong. And Isabella Gizzi tracks down the weak side rebound. Isabella's got a handful of rebounds in this game. Brings it across midcourt as the Dragons working against this 2-3 zone for Warren Central. Gizzi to Ackerman right wing to the top of the key. Jones now to Gizzi into the left corner for Grace Marshall. She'll take a few dribbles back out to the wing, and they'll cycle it around to Jones. Big, strong drive from the top. Puts up the runner with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped down to the corner and tracked down by Nails of Warren Central. Sanaya Thomas will bring it up. 6:20 to go. Third quarter, Dragons trail it by 9. Nails across the top all the way to the right side. Puts up a runner with the right hand, and it won't go. And Addie Jones collects the air ball on the weak side. Ahead to Gizzi. She'll race it across midcourt. Go straight to the hoop and score. Isabella's got 6. That drive began at the volleyball line on the opposite end of the floor. The other way, Thomas has her shot deflected. Goes off the glass, and a jump ball is called on the rebound as Jones and Benson had each other tied up, and the possession turn favors the Dragons. New Palestine with the first 4 points of the second half has sliced Warren Central's lead to 7. Addie Jones into the post for Hensel. Back up top, Ackerman. Back to Jones. Skips it over to Gizzi, left wing. Isabella to the top, now to Ackerman. Thought about the 3, now feeds Gizzi to Jones, right wing. Bounce pass to Hensel in the post, back up top to Gizzi. She'll drive right side, put up a runner a little too strong. And Asia Baxter has the rebound for Warren Central. She'll look to take it coast to coast, cut off by Jones. Clears it out to Thomas on the left wing, and she'll slow things down. Thomas tried to hand it off. Addie Jones took it away. Sent it up top to Kayla Talley, and Anna Ackerman a little bit too strong on the closeout. Bumped Talley, and that was enough contact in the eyes of the official to elicit a foul call. That's Ackerman's first. First on the Dragons this half. Thomas with it high right. Brings it up top to Nails, and she'll dribble to the right wing. Grace Marshall guarding her. Clears it back up to Baxter. Baxter to the top of the key, crosses over to the free throw line. underhand pass to Benson. She lost the handle trying to go up with a shot from the right block, but it was knocked out of bounds by New Palestine. So possession will stay with Warren Central with 5:02 to go in the third quarter. It's a 7-point Warrior lead. Thomas to inbound, baseline right for Warren Central. Finally gets it into the corner to Kayla Talley. She'll back it out to beyond the three-point arc and then feed inside. Baxter takes 3 dribbles, goes up strong with the left hand, can't get it to go. Addie Jones with the rebound. Quickly ahead to Grace Marshall, running out, takes it up the right side and scores. The Dragons are on a 6-0 run to start the second half, and they're within 5. 4th point of the game for Grace Marshall. Kayla Talley forced back on the right wing by Ackerman. Skips it over to Thomas, high left. She uses a screen, dribbles to the free throw line. The Dragons switch it as Ackerman's now on her. Thomas recoils, drives down the lane, puts up a 14-foot runner and scores. Sanaya Thomas has 4. And the Warriors break the Dragons' 6-0 run. They lead it by 7. Grace Marshall with it, left baseline. For New Palestine, back up to Jones. Now to Isabella Gizzi, top of the key. As the Dragons working around the zone. Jones back to Gizzi. 4:10 to go. She'll reset the offense, feed Ackerman on the right side. Takes one dribble, works it through Jones, who directs traffic top of the key. Back to Ackerman. She wants 3. Right wing. This one is a little strong. And the weak side rebound pulled down by Asia Baxter. And Coach Stacy Mitchell of Warren Central wants a full timeout. 3:57 to go, third quarter. Warren Central leads the Dragons 28-21. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com, presented by All-Star Turf Management.
All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234 or visit myallstarlawn.com. That's 861-1234 or myallstarlawn.com for All-Star Turf Management.
Now, back to the action on NewPalRadio.com.
3:57 to go, third quarter. The Warren Central Warriors lead the New Palestine Dragons 28-21 in our varsity girls basketball game. Warriors with possession as we return to action after the timeout called by Warren Central Stacy Mitchell. Kayla Talley with it at the top of the key. Hands it off to Asia Baxter. Takes it to the right side. Bounces it out, looking to connect with Nails, but the pass was behind her and out of bounds. That is the 9th Warren Central turnover, their 3rd of the half. Quickly, Leisha Ellington is going to check back in for Warren Central. She replaces Imani Benson. Coach Mitchell is basically used to 6-player rotation in this one. Isabella Gizzi with it to the right wing, into the corner. Addie Jones wants 3 and knocks it down. Addie's got 5. Her first 3 of the game, the second triple for the Dragons in this one. And suddenly the deficit is down to 4. New Palestine has outscored Warren Central 9-2 this half. And Thomas tries to change that and does with a good strong drive from the top to the middle of the lane. She hits a runner for her 4th point of the half, and now she knocks it free and steals it from Gizzi up the left side, scores, and draws the foul. Sanaya Thomas has been a one-player wrecking crew for Warren Central here in the third quarter. She has all 6 of their points, and they're a basket, a steal, a basket, and a potential 3-point play as Gizzi commits her first foul. Thomas completes the free throw for her 9th point, her 2nd of the second half. Her 7th point of the second half, I should say. And just like that, the Dragons had cut the deficit to 4, and it's right back up to 9 at 33-24. Addie Jones, top of the key for New Palestine, feeds Gizzi left wing. 2:48 to go, third quarter. Gizzi bounces to Ackerman right wing. Anna holds, feeds into the post for Grace Marshall. She's cut off, clears it out to Gizzi. Right corner 3 is too strong, but Addie Jones gets the offensive rebound. Out to Marshall, her shot's a little too strong from the right block. And the Warriors, Kayla Talley has the rebound. She'll push it the other way with a full head of steam. Talley into the lane, challenges Hensel, blocking foul is called on Faith Hensel, and this will send Talley to the line. Faith was in position to take the charge, but saw Talley coming and started backing up. And that's going to be a blocking foul, and I think that's what the official is explaining to her right now. And so Kayla Talley, who's 1 for 2 from the line, goes to the stripe and rattles the first free throw home. So it's 6 straight Warren Central points in a matter of 3 possessions after the Dragons had cut the deficit to 6, and now we've got a double lane violation. And as a result, it's a possession arrow. They go to the possession arrow because we had a double lane violation, and because of that, it's Warren Central ball. So Talley gets the first free throw, and then the Warriors get an extra possession out of it with a 10-point lead. That's just an unfortunate break for the Dragons. I think you'd almost rather just let Talley shoot the second free throw. Ellington, bounce pass inside to Baxter, who got away with a walk as she was posting up Chloe Patterson. Couldn't get it to go. Patterson got the rebound, threw it away. Then it was thrown back to her. Gizzy ahead to Grace Marshall on the fast break, and she scores. Grace Marshall's got 6. The Dragons back within 8. 2:05 to go. That ends Warren Central's 6-0 run. Nails across the top, clears it back out to Thomas. She brings it across the top. Now Talley dribbles to the elbow, backs it back out to the left wing. Into the corner to Denisha Nails. Nails to the lane, puts up a runner. She was bumped wide by Patterson. Can't go. There's a foul called on the rebound, and who's it on? Chloe Patterson. That is the case. Chloe commits her first foul as she had just checked into the game for the first time. She also gave the Dragons some pretty good minutes in the JV game. New Palestine won 40-32. Inbounds pass into the corner for an open 3 by Ellington. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Gizzy with the rebound, and she is fouled. That is Sanaya Thomas's second foul, and they have both been reach-ins trying to get steals in the backcourt that she had no chance of getting. And actually, they called Nails on that one and not Thomas. And so before we get to action, Coach Stacy Mitchell wants a 30-second timeout, so we'll take one too. 1:36 to go, third quarter. Dragons trail at 34-26. This is Dragon Basketball, NewPalRadio.com.
With a former Dragon star in Bloomington, all eyes should be on the Hoosiers football program this year. HoosierHuddle.com is a free and independent site that has covered the football team since 2013. They provide roster analysis, player profiles, interviews, game previews, wrap-ups, and more. You can follow them on Twitter at Hoosier_Huddle or visit HoosierHuddle.com to keep up with your in-state favorites.
Back to the Dragons' Den. New Palestine is trailing Warren Central 34-26. Glad you've joined us on NewPalRadio.com, the New Palestine High School Athletics YouTube feed. Dragons with possession and that 8-point deficit. Addie Jones to the top. Over to the right side, Anna Ackerman. Back to Jones, now to Gizzy left wing. Isabella holds as she surveys this 2-3 zone. Feeds into the left corner, Grace Marshall. She'll bounce it up top. Ackerman wants 3. Front of the rim, no good. And the rebound tracked down by Ellington of Warren Central. Quickly the other way as Talley with a full head of steam. Tries to split a double team, and Ackerman raked the arm across as Talley was trying to shoot, and that's Ackerman's second foul. And this will send Kayla Talley back to the line, where she is 2 for 3 today. She leads Warren Central with 14 points. 13 of those came in the first half as the Warriors built an 11-point halftime lead. And her first free throw grazes the front of the rim, no good. The Dragons have Anna Ackerman, Isabella Gizzy, Chloe Patterson, Addie Jones, and Grace Marshall on the floor. Talley makes the second free throw for her 15th point. Back to a 9-point Warren Central lead as we click down to the final minute of the third quarter. Gizzy across midcourt, feeds Grace Marshall right wing, back to Isabella between the circles. Now Ackerman has it left wing. They step out on her to try to take away the reverse pass, but it comes to Grace Marshall. She takes 2 dribbles, launches an 18-footer, it won't go. The rebound batted into the hands of Kayla Talley, and she wants to run the other way. Marshall steps up to try to take the charge, but Talley's able to avoid her and score with the right hand. And Warren Central has restored its largest lead of the game. It's 37-26. Talley now with 17 points. And Ackerman up top to Grace Marshall in the final 30 seconds. Back to Ackerman right wing. She'll feed Gizzy up top. The Dragons with 20 seconds to go look like, again, they may hold for one. Last time they did this, Warren Central switched to a 1-3-1. And that looks like what they have done again. Now it's back into a 2-3 as Gizzy brings it to Ackerman, right wing, back to Isabella, now to Grace Marshall. She'll drive from the wing to the lane, put up a runner with a right hand, it won't go. The rebound to Nails, and she is fouled. And that is the 6th team foul already on New Palestine, so the Warriors are going to be shooting free throws on the next foul for the rest of the game. Chloe Patterson commits her second. Warren Central brings Raquel Jordan into the game for the first time. 5'4" junior. 1.5 seconds to go. Thomas takes the inbounds, puts up a half-court shot. It's late. It would not have counted, but he hit the top of the backboard anyway. So the Dragons had a good start to the half. They cut their deficit to 4, and then Warren Central finished the quarter with an 8-2 run to restore an 11-point lead. We head to the fourth with Warren Central leading 37-26. This is Dragon Basketball. This is NewPalRadio.com.
At Real Life Church, we've done everything we can to create a place people love so they can experience a loving God. That means we do everything with you in mind. Whether it's our weekend services, our kids and student ministry, or small groups, we really have been expecting you. We've been praying for you, and we're excited about the opportunity to go on a spiritual journey with you. We hope that you'll take your next step and join us this weekend at Real Life Church. There's always room for you.
Pork Vet Solutions is the best veterinary choice for your swine operation. Our 2 doctors, Matt Ackerman and Dylan Lape, can help you position your pork production system for the 21st century. We provide veterinary and consulting services, herd visits, preventive medicine, and more. Pork Vet Solutions is licensed and accredited in 8 states. Reach us online at porkvet.com or call 623-5132. That's porkvet.com or 623-5132. Pork Vet Solutions, literally saving your bacon each and every day.
You're listening to The Dragons on NewPalRadio.com.
Fourth quarter action beginning here at the Dragons' Den. The New Palestine Dragons trail the Warren Central Warriors 37-26. Kayla Talley with 17, Sanaya Thomas with 9 to lead Warren Central. Isabella Gizzy and Grace Marshall have 6 each for the Dragons. New Palestine with possession to start the fourth quarter. Corinne Marshall to Addie Jones to the free throw line, pitches it out to Ackerman. Over to the right side, Isabella Gizzy holds and now feeds Corinne Marshall, who gave the Dragons some really good minutes in the second quarter. Up top, Gizzy to the top of the key. She'll back it back out, now feed Addie Jones right side. Addie to the top, now to Elena Miller, who's checked into the game at the quarter break. Now to Gizzy, pitches out to Ackerman. Right side pass, Addie Jones across the top to the free throw line. Out to Elena Miller, right wing. She'll dribble to the baseline, put up a 12-footer. It may have been partially blocked. Kayla Talley with a rebound, quickly ahead to Thomas. And Gizzy coming back on defense, able to get the hand in, knock the ball out of bounds. It'll go to the Warriors, but really good job by Isabella Gizzy to stop that fast break. It's an 11-point Warren Central lead. The inbound to Ellington on the wing. Now to Raquel Jordan, who drives, throws it off the top of the backboard. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds as Asia Baxter was trying to corral it, and she lost the handle. And now the official, who was 45 feet from the play, is going to change the call. The official under the basket said it was knocked out of bounds by Baxter, and that certainly looked like the case over here. But the official up top, who was much farther away from the play, had a different angle and changed it. The call to Warren Central. They feed it inside to Baxter. Her shot with the right hand won't go. Corinne Marshall has the rebound. She'll take it to the lane. Out to Elena Miller. Now to Ackerman, who wants 3 from the wing. It won't go. Corinne Marshall with the offensive rebound is fouled. That should be the third on Asia Baxter, and is. Just the third team foul on Warren Central in the second half, so the Dragons will inbound. 6:55 to go fourth quarter. It's an 11-point deficit. Inbounds to Addie Jones. Catches under the basket, puts up a reverse shot, won't go. Gets her own rebound, it also won't go. And Leisha Ellington with the rebound for Warren Central. Takes it to the left wing, clears it back up top to Thomas. Thomas has 7 of the Warriors' 11 points in the second half. Works on Gizzy to the left side, hands it off to Ellington. Dragons tried to break it up, but were unable to. Now here's a 3-point attempt by Jordan that won't go. Gizzy has the rebound. Isabella to the top of the key on the other end. Drives into the lane, pitches out to Elena Miller, left wing. One dribble, Now clears it to Ackerman into the right corner. Addie Jones wants three. It has three. 8 points for Addie. She's knocked down a pair of triples in this game. The Dragons back within 8. Warren Central breaks the Dragons' pressure, and a driving shot high off the glass and in by Leasia Ellington pushes the Warriors' lead back into double digits, 39-29, 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Ackerman has it up top. Over to the left side, Gizzy. Isabella uses Addie Jones' screen, takes it to the top, clears it to Elena Miller, and now back to Isabella. Now she'll clear it to Anna Ackerman, works it across the top, tried to feed into the post to Addie Jones, and then her pitch out to Gizzy is picked off. Quickly the other way, the Warriors come with a 10-point lead. Feet underneath, Baxter is fouled. Dragons were a little bit late covering her in the post and recovering. And Elena Miller has called for her first foul, and this will send Asia Baxter to the line. She's 1 for 2 on the day. She's a 64% foul shooter. She came into the game Warren Central's leading scorer of 14.3 points a game, but she's been held to 3, and that does not change after the first free throw, which hits the front of the rim. Substitution, Denisha Nails back in. And she replaces Raquel Jordan. Baxter with one more free throw coming, and she hits this to make it a 40-29 game. Warren Central equals its biggest lead of the night. Elena Miller with it, right wing for the Dragons, works it through Gizzy over to Corinne Marshall, left wing. Corinne dribbles, takes it inside, challenges Baxter, can't get the shot to go from the left block. And the rebound pulled down by Nails of Warren Central. 11-point lead and the basketball for the Warriors as we tick into the final 5:10 of the ball game. Thomas with it on the wing. Back up top to Ellington. Now pitches back up to Thomas. She'll bring it into the high circle. Talley pulls up from 17. It is strong, but the weak side rebound comes down to Denisha Nails for the Warriors. Into the post for Baxter, and Addie Jones comes in to steal it. Quickly ahead to Gizzy. Isabella up the left side, puts up a runner, won't go. Corinne Marshall fighting for the rebound. It's knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons. And so Grace Marshall replaces Anna Ackerman in the Dragon lineup. So Gizzy to inbound. Miller, Jones, and the Marshalls are out there. Inbounds pass to Elena Miller. She wants three, front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by the Warriors. Thomas quickly up the floor to Nails. She lays it up. It won't go, but the rebound tipped out of bounds to Warren Central as Addie Jones was the last one to touch it. So the Warriors with an 11-point lead in the basketball with 4:33 to go in the ball game. And Thomas to inbound to Ellington, right wing. Grace Marshall guarding her. Clears a high left Talley. She'll take it to the right elbow, hook it underneath to Baxter, who got posted up behind the D and scores. Asia Baxter's got 6, and Warren Central has its biggest lead of the night at 13. Isabella Gizzy to Elena Miller on the right side, works it through Marshall now to Addie Jones, left wing. Addie clears to Grace Marshall. She'll drive, feed her sister Corinne right down the lane, splits a double team, can't get it to go, but she'll go to the line. Kayla Talley commits her first foul, and Corinne Marshall is going to shoot a pair of free throws. Timeout is whistled, and I think they signaled a 30-second timeout. No, it was called by the Dragons, so it is a 30-second timeout. We will take one, too. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com. Our broadcast presented by All-Star Turf Management.
Catch the Shot Photography is your hometown photographer. Locally owned by Brenda Adams Turk and David Turk, Catch the Shot is dedicated to providing quality photos of your family, seniors, sports, and special events. We offer custom designed products including sponsor banners, photo collages, senior banners, and much more. We look forward to catching the shots with you. Contact Catch the Shot Photography at 317-620-1240 or catchtheshot.com.
You're listening to The Dragons on NewPalRadio.com.
Corinne Marshall at the line for a pair of free throws for the Dragons. The first one is no good. This is just the Dragons' third and fourth free throw attempts of the night. And Marshall gets the second one to go for her 5th point. 42-30, Warren Central in the lead. Dragons show some 2-2-1 full court pressure. And the Warriors able to inbound it to Ellington. She'll push it across midcourt. Into the corner, Nails, back up to Ellington, lost the handle, but it's rescued by Thomas next to the midcourt stripe. Over the right side, to Talley. Talley drives in strong, gets her defender in the air, can't get the shot to go. Grace Marshall with the rebound. She'll dribble her own outlet. Dragons trail by 12 with the basketball and 3:40 to go. Marshall to the top of the key before she's finally picked up. Dribbles right side of the lane out to Corinne Marshall, who wants three. Front of the rim, no good. Grace Marshall battling for the rebound, but it comes into the hands of Thomas. 2-on-2 the other way. She drives on Gizzy, who knocks the ball free out of bounds. It'll stay with Warren Central. Again, good transition defense by Isabella Gizzy. But the Warriors do retain possession. A 12-point lead. Points have been hard to come by for the Dragons, who have scored 30 in this game. And Warren Central was able to find Kayla Talley all alone under the basket behind the defense. And she scores, and now the Warriors lead us 14, which is their biggest of the night. Dragons working around this zone with 3:13 to go. Addie Jones, top of the key. Rachel Kelly is in the game for the Dragons for the first time. Jones tried to get it to her and eventually does. Kelly circles the arc, bounces it out to Gizzy, now to Jones, top of the key. She wants three off the dribble and knocks it down. Third triple of the game for Addie Jones. She's got 11, and that is the Dragons' deficit. And Jones knocks down a pass and steals it. Hooks it over to Kelly, who dribbled it off her foot and lost it back to Warren Central. Good opportunity there for the Dragons. Addie Jones with a great steal, but Kelly just looked like she might have been surprised by that and just lost it off her foot. So the Warriors with possession, an 11-point lead, 2:35 to go in the basketball game. Ellington with a high right. Clears it over to Nails, high left, and now to Kayla Talley. Sanaya Thomas in the high circle. She has 9 points on the day. Resets the offense. Gizzy steps out on her. 2:20 to go. Clears it up top to Baxter. Looks like Warren Central wanting to run a little bit of clock. There's a give and go with Baxter. Her pass in the middle, knocked free by Corinne Marshall and stolen by Kelly. Kelly across midcourt to the lane with a full head of steam. Splits a double team, loses the handle out of bounds. Offensive foul is called on Rachel Kelly. So that'll be Rachel's first. That's the 18th Dragon turnover in this game. The Dragons have done a good job of cleaning those up in the second half. Dragons show some full court pressure as we tick into the final 2 minutes. Warren Central breaks it. Into the corner, Nails. Nails into the lane, hooks it out. Now to Ellington, up top, Thomas. Over to the high left, Warren Central spreading the floor. Addie Jones tries to reach in and knock the ball free and commits a foul, and this will send Kayla Talley to the line. Talley leading the Warriors with 19 points in this one. Anna Ackerman replaces Rachel Kelly in the Dragon lineup as she returns with the Dragons trailing by 11. And Talley to the line to shoot a 1-and-1, as that was the 9th team foul in New Palestine. First free throw, front of the rim, no good. Good block out by Addie Jones, has the rebound. Warren Central has not shot free throws particularly well. They're 6 of 12. Jones to Grace Marshall, right wing, takes one dribble, launches a 17-footer and knocks it down. 8 for Marshall. Dragons within 9. 1:35 to go. Dragons again show full court pressure. Baxter quickly across midcourt to Ellington. She'll pitch it into the corner to Nails. Up top, Talley. Long feed under the basket for Baxter, is able to clear it back out. Warren Central running clock. Nails. Addie Jones trying to foul her. Nails may have gotten away with a walk, and Warren Central's Stacy Mitchell realizes that his player was in duress and takes a timeout. 1:18 to go in the ball game. Dragons trail at 44-35. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPowerRadio.com.
With a former Dragon star in Bloomington, all eyes should be on the Hoosiers football program this year. HoosierHuddle.com is a free and independent site that has covered the football team since 2013. They provide roster analysis, player profiles, interviews, game previews, wrap-ups, and more. You can follow them on Twitter at Hoosier_Huddle or visit HoosierHuddle.com to keep up with your in-state favorites. All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234 or visit myallstarlawn.com.
And we welcome you back to the Dragons' Den, where New Palestine commits a foul right out of the timeout. The Dragons obviously trying to get the basketball back. Asia Baxter to the line where she's 2 for 4. The foul was whistled on Grace Marshall. That's her first. This is the 10th team foul, so Warren Central now in the double bonus. With a 9-point lead, it is now 10 as Baxter rattles the first free throw home. That's her 7th point. That is half of her average. Baxter has one more free throw coming, and she knocks this one down to push the Warriors' lead back up to 11, 46-35. Grace Marshall into the corner, Gizzy to Jones, in under the basket. Hooks it out to Corinne Marshall. She drives, puts it off the backboard, no good, gets her own rebound. Bounces it out to Gizzy, drives into the lane, puts up a runner with the left hand, can't get it to go, and the rebound secured by the Warriors, Asia Baxter, and she is fouled. And the foul on Grace Marshall is her second. And this will send Baxter back to the line where she just made 2. Her first free throw is good. And so it's 9 points for Baxter, looking to become the second Warrior in double figures as Tally has 19, and she does so by converting both free throws. 13-point Warren Central lead, final minute of this one. Grace Marshall to the top. Clears it back out to Anna Ackerman, right wing. Feed underneath from Gizzy to Jones. Loses her defender and lays it in. Addie Jones with the post up. She's got 8 of her 13 here in the fourth quarter. Deficit is 11. Ackerman in the backcourt forces a pass, but the Warriors able to break the press. Nails with it in the corner. Throws it up top and nearly throws it away. She does. Isabella Gizzy picks it up for the Dragons in the front court. One-on-one, and she is tied up. And that will give Warren Central possession. Isabella looked like she was about to go up with a shot and got a little bit indecisive on the way to the basket. And was tied up. That's the third time the Dragons have got the basketball after forcing a turnover or a miss and then turned it back over. The Warriors, however, turn it back over as they step on the out-of-bounds line, trying to break the Dragons' pressure. 25.9 seconds to go. The outcome of this one is largely academic at this point as the Dragons trail it by 11. Addie Jones to Ackerman, right wing. Back up top to Jones at the Gizzy left wing into the corner for Corinne Marshall. She'll drive, bounce it out to Gizzy. She'll launch an NBA three and leave it a little short. Grace Marshall fighting for the rebound, but it comes to Leisha Ellington. She splits a triple team into the front court. Ackerman out on her with 5, with 4, and Addie Jones fouled her. So, Addie, I don't think that was one of those where you're trying to foul intentionally, and the officials certainly were trying not to call one with 4 seconds left in a 11-point game. But I don't think they really had a choice as Jones and Ellington got tied up. That's Jones' second foul. Ellington has not shot a free throw until now when she knocks that one down. She's a 76% foul shooter and hits the first free throw to give the Warriors a 12-point lead. That's her 7th point. 3.4 seconds to go. Ellington misses the second. Corinne Marshall with the rebound ahead to Jones, and she'll put up a 3 late, and she missed it anyway. And that's how this one will end. The Warren Central Warriors knock off the New Palestine Dragons 49-37 this evening. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for the D&D Strictly Storage Best in Sight Family Eye Care post-game show. That all comes up right after this. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com, our broadcast presented by All-Star Turf Management.
D&D Strictly Storage in New Palestine is your home for storage needs. D&D Strictly Storage offers a wide variety of storage sizes from 5 by 10 feet up to 10 by 30 feet. They also offer indoor and outdoor parking for your boats and RVs. Locally owned and operated by Don and Maria Blackwell, D&D Strictly Storage is who to call for your storage solution. They're located on County Road 400 West, just north of the railroad tracks in New Palestine. Call them at 861-9231. Again, that's 861-9231 for D&D Strictly Storage. Mention this ad and get your second month free with any rental.
Best in Sight Eye Care has been the leader of quality vision and eyewear in New Palestine for more than 20 years. Our experienced doctors, Tim Huffman, Mark Habig, and Colin Clairbout, use the most advanced state-of-the-art technology and eye care products available. At Best in Sight Eye Care, you will find professionals who are dedicated to providing exceptional personal service to everyone who walks through the door. We are conveniently located on Arbor Lane in New Palestine. Just follow US 52 west of Mount Comfort Road. To schedule your appointment, visit bestinsighteyecare.com or call 861-4100. Give your vision the level of care it deserves. Mention this ad for 10% off your glasses purchase.
All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234 or visit myallstarlawn.com. That's 861-1234 or myallstarlawn.com for All-Star Turf Management.
You're listening to The Dragons on newpalradio.com.
For the final time tonight from New Palestine, the Dragons fall 49-37.
Thank you for listening.
And we'll get to that in a bit. 49-37 to the Warren Central Warriors. And it was a game where the Dragons never led. There were 4 ties in this game, or 3 ties at 2, 4, and 10. And other than that, it was a game that the Warriors used a second quarter run, built an 11-point halftime lead, and then New Palestine got it to 4 in the third quarter. But then the Warriors responded with a run that pushed their lead back up to double digits. And that turned out to be it, as the Dragons never could get it inside 9 points from there. And so let's give you our final scoring numbers. The Dragons led by Addie Jones tonight. She had 13 points on 3 threes and 2 twos. Grace Marshall had 8 points this evening on 4 baskets. Isabella Gizzi had 6 points. She had a pair of baskets, was 2 of 2 from the line. Corinne Marshall had 5 points. She had a pair of baskets, was 1 of 2 from the line. Anna Ackerman hit a 3. Rachel Kelly scored 2. Elena Miller, Faith Hensel, and Whitney Miller all played but did not score, as did Chloe Patterson for the Dragons. New Palestine with 15 field goals, 4 of them threes. 3 of those 4 from Addie Jones. They were just 3 of 4 from the line in this game. Warren Central was led by Kayla Talley. She had 19, including 13 in the first half. She had 7 field goals, 2 of which were threes. Those were the only 2 threes for the Warriors in the game. And she was 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Asia Baxter finished the night with 10 points, 7 of those coming in the fourth quarter. She had a pair of baskets, and she was 6 out of 8 from the line. Sanaya Thomas scored 9. She had 4 baskets and a free throw. 7 of her 9 points came in the third quarter when she scored the Warriors' first 7 of the third quarter to help them push their lead back into double digits. Leasia Ellington finished the night with 7. She had 3 baskets, was 1 of 2 from the line. And Denisha Nails had a pair of baskets. She was 0 for 1 from the line for 4. Also tonight, Raquel Jordan and Imani Benson all played but did not score. 18 field goals for the Warriors, 2 of which were threes. They were 11 of 18 from the line. Warren Central moves to 10-6 on the season. The Dragons fall to 9-6. Warren Central led at 8-6 after a quarter. 26-15 at halftime after an 18-9 second quarter. Each team had 11 in the third. So Warren Central led at 37-26, and then a 12-11 fourth quarter for the Warriors propelled them to a 49-37 victory. So the Dragons move on to Saturday's game against Hamilton Southeastern. That'll be at HSE, 2:30 varsity tip-off, and that'll begin a 4-game road swing for the Dragons, who will travel to Triton Central next Tuesday and then play at Pendleton Heights next Thursday. And again, that is a schedule change. That no longer a boys-girls doubleheader. The girls will play a single game on Thursday, and the boys a single game on Friday, obviously, each preceded by JV contests. And then on Tuesday the 19th, the Dragons will finish that road swing at Beech Grove, and then they'll be home for the final three. And that'll be our next girls basketball broadcast. Will be January 23rd. That's a Saturday when the Dragons host Cathedral at 1:30 p.m. And we'll be on air at about 1:25 for that one. Then Tuesday the 26th, they'll host Lawrence Central, and Thursday the 28th, it'll be senior night against Ritter. And so that is the Dragons' upcoming schedule. And we will, of course, have all the home games on both New Pal Radio and the YouTube feed, with the exception of the LC game on Tuesday the 26th. That one will be on YouTube only. And the reason for that is the boys will be playing that night at Warren Central. That's a game that's been added to the schedule. So we will bring you that game on radio only that night. Our next broadcast will be Friday night, boys basketball, as the Dragons travel to Delta to begin the 2021 portion of their schedule. The Dragon boys basketball team at Delta, 7:30 tip-off. Mike Petrie and Jarrett Lewis will have the call for you on that one at 7:25. Radio only on newpalradio.com. And then our next YouTube broadcast will be Saturday. We'll have two. One will be the New Palestine Wrestling Invitational, and we'll have just the camera feed on that one, no commentary. That's at 9 a.m. Saturday, as the Dragons will be bringing 5 teams in for a 6-way wrestling meet on Saturday. And then also Saturday night, 7:30, we'll have, and 6 o'clock, we'll have ambient audio coverage and video coverage of the JV game. At 7:30, the varsity boys taking on the Southport Cardinals. That'll be a 7:30 tip-off, and Mike Petrie and Paul Gable will bring that one to you both on the YouTube feed and on newpalradio.com. So look forward to you joining us for those games. Tonight, unfortunately for the Dragons, they fall 49-37 to Warren Central. And so until Friday night, when we'll come to you from Delta for boys basketball, the Dragons at Delta, this is Andrew Smith saying good night. God bless you. So long, everybody. Our final score, again, the Warren Central Warriors 49 and the New Palestine Dragons 37. This game has been a presentation of the Crosscom Sports Network with the assistance of New Palestine High School and New Palestine High School Athletics. Thanks for joining us this evening. We'll talk to you Friday night.
We're listening to Dragon Basketball on newpalradio.com. Tonight's game was brought to you by All-Star Turf Management, D&D Strictly Storage, Best in Sight Family Eye Care, Pork Vet Solutions, Hoosier Huddle, Real Life Church, and Catch the Shot Photography. Thanks for listening. Join us next time for more Dragon action on newpalradio.com, presented by All-Star Turf Management.